Actually, you know what? There should have been some trading halts in there somehow. I would have. Hello. Welcome to the hard reset. What just happened? Let's take a look at AMC stock. All right, let's take a look at AMC this morning. It is January 3rd, 2022. So we're going to do something I really don't see most people doing, and a lot of people will claim that you cannot use charts and fundamentals when trading AMC. A lot of us are actually trading AMC. We are not investing into AMC. So in order to trade AMC, you've got to take a look at the chart and go way back. We're going back to January of last year, actually. And we see a peak around $22 before the sell-off down to the $5 and $4 ranges. And that was around in February, which actually I think was all of February. Yeah, for the most part, majority of February, there was a little kick up towards the end of February where it hit $10. So these are actually key levels. As you can tell, I don't have a ton of lines on here. And before we go too much further, this is not financial advice, entertainment only. You got to make your own decisions. These are just my opinions. I do not have any positions in AMC at the moment. I've had positions in AMC in the past. And that's what I do is I trade. I don't invest into stocks. I trade stocks. So generally I will hold something probably not even more than a day or two. I do, however, I invest in Forex, and I do invest in crypto. So, yeah, I like to, stocks, they're fun, but, yeah, there's too many opportunities to miss out on there if you're just going to sit there and hold in and wait for the MOAS to come, which, you know what, eventually I think it will come. But at the same time, I'm going to buy the dips and sell the highs there. That's another thing I keep seeing a lot of people are misreading, I do believe, is the RSI. So we're looking at this on the 1 hour. And all right, let's head out of favor. Let's get into March. So March, it looks like we're trading right around $7 is, no, actually close to 8. Yeah, for March. $8 is that point where it's wanting to keep bouncing off of. So really good support at the $8 level there. $14 is, looks like that's where we got some resistance coming in. And you'll see here in a minute why I went so far back. And so here we go. Now we're into May. And we've got some resistance around the $15 mark. And we've got a fairly decent floor around the $12 mark. And now all of a sudden, which I do remember this day because prior to that, I think it was right around, was in the $8 range back in May, or $9 range. Okay. On my Discord, I had gotten a bunch of DMs, direct messages saying, "Hey, buy AMC, buy AMC." So there was a huge pump about ready to happen. Usually when you see a bunch of direct messages like that, that's what's getting ready to go on. And sure enough, that is exactly what happened. As you can see, coming out of May and then into June, we get this big spike run up to, what was that, $80. So that was pretty decent. And as you can see, there is a huge drop off in here. I can expand this just a little bit for you if you like, just so you can see what's happening. Now, that was to be expected at this $80 point. Yes, I would have shorted it also because I don't believe that. I was really surprised it even went that high. And then, of course, you see, and this is a 1 hour chart. You see where we've got it's just selling off, which that is to be expected. It's going to come right back down to this 39 level. We got some support there. Not very hard, solid support though, which obviously because we are now trading at 27.65 this morning. And let's see, what do we have in that 27.65 range while we're over here. And actually, you know, we've got May 27th through May, actually into June. So May 27th through June, all of those bag holders at this point, they are probably going to be looking to get out of this. So yeah, I wouldn't call it a buy just yet. If you're wanting to trade this now, if you're wanting to invest into this in $27 range, doesn't really seem that bad. Except I would probably wait and hold off personally. I may take up a position around the $19 range, maybe down into the 16, yeah, probably even maybe close to $16, $15. I do believe it has a pretty good chance of selling off to there. I mean, I'd hate to see that happen. I know there's a lot of you out there investing into it, but I'm just being real about it. And this is just how I trade things. And personally, like I said, again, I'm not a financial advisor. You got to make up your own mind. This is what I do personally. So yeah, you could have made some pretty good profits had you sold out. I probably would have sold out around the $70 range, especially if I come up from the lower ranges back, way back. You know what? You bought this thing at let's just even say $10, and it ran up to 70. Yeah, that's a pretty good payday, and that was a pretty strong move too. And another thing you have to watch, which a lot of people, again, they want to ignore this because they say the fundamentals does not matter. You got to consider that you're not only trading amongst each other, you're also trading against algorithms. So those algorithms, when they see right here, it's like, oh, hey, look, we are way overbought. So those algos, they're getting ready to start dumping. And that's just the nature of this game. You've got to watch your RSI. RSI is there for a reason. It's the relative strength index. So anytime anything, I don't care what it is, becomes overbought, algos will start selling. People will start selling. People that follow these charts will start selling. And that's exactly what you see end up happening here. As soon as that thing went overbought, it sells off. And again, now we just actually, I think right in here, this isn't probably not so much algo. This is probably just the last hurrah, the last hooray of the retail investors saying, all right, I'm going to get my money while I can. And they're selling off. As you can see, as far as the relative strength index goes, there was actually no reason for a sell-off there. It says probably retail, maybe even shorts. It's hard to say. But again, all right, so now we get over into here, and as you can see, we are in an oversold condition right now. And this is clear back in June. So now that we're oversold, we're going to start buying again. Oops, I moved my chart. I didn't mean to move that. Okay, there we go. So, all right, so now that we've gone oversold, we're going to start buying. And sure enough, yep, we hit that. And now we're overbought, and it gets pushed down some more. It just doesn't have the volume in here, and that's why you see this. It just didn't climb like you would think that it would. Now we got a decent bit of consolidation going on through here, which is good. You do want to see consolidation. No stock, no matter what, can just continuously keep running up and up and up. Now it can keep running down and down and down, and that's usually actually based on something. That's usually based on maybe there's a scandal going on in the company. Maybe people just lost interest in it. Maybe it should never hit that price in the first place, and it was a so-called pump and dump. That's always possible too. So we can see here, again, look, we were way overbought in this area, but at the same time, man, there's just not much action, not much movement going on here. And now we go into a little bit of divergence right in through here. Nothing crazy, nothing major though. All right, let's shrink this up a little bit. Let's start getting a little bit closer to today. As you see, it's just really not doing anything. If you take a big look at the big pictures, it isn't just this downtrend. It's kind of fighting up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, now here is where I like my chart to look at. I like to look at the support and resistance. And these are usually pretty solid to go off of. So I do highly recommend using these pivot points. And, you know, I'm also a big fan of drawing lines everywhere. I can pull some other charts and let you see. Like I said, AMC, though, it's a trade for me. It's a day trade. It's a swing trade. It's not a long-term investment by any means. Man, I really think Adam Aaron, he is doing a great job with the company. I will say that for sure. So they've got a lot of great ideas, and man, I think they'll do really well. So maybe at that point, maybe I will consider investing in them, just kind of fill them out and see how the rest of this year goes. I know a lot of that stuff is out of their control. So obviously when you have shutdowns and mandates and stuff like that. You know what? He can't control that. Um, so he's kind of at the mercy of the laws. But at the same time, I think he's doing other things where he's going to be able to compete, especially if they get a bigger, like a online, not online presence, but like a streaming. Streaming is going to be where it's at, obviously. All right, so now here we are today, and as you can see, back in December, we had some pretty hard sell-offs starting around the 9th, and then yeah, right in here, which oddly enough, we were showing that we were overbought. So guess what the algos are getting ready to do? They're just getting ready to dump, and that's of course what happens. And then I assume retail, we all jump in and we start buying the dips, and buying the dips. And there was some good news coming out, so I understand that. Unfortunately, it's going to take many good runs at the box office. They've got to get some really good movies out there. A lot of these movies too that are coming out, they're kind of questionable whether it's worth going to the theater to watch it, and it's also questionable who's the audience they're actually catering to. I myself, I'm not interested in going to a theater. I've got a home theater. Why would I go out to a theater? I can have just as good experience at home, and I don't have to go out and deal with public. But you know what? You've got younger generations. So the younger generation, they're not wanting to go out and necessarily see Driving Miss Daisy in the theaters. Nobody wants to. Sorry if you like that movie. I never actually watched it, but I'm just saying there's a certain genre that has to be played to. And there's just, again, AMC, they know who their crowd is. And I have noticed that some movie studios now are guaranteeing before they go straight to streaming that they're going to at least let it sit in the box office for 45 days. So that should definitely help out the theater industry. Oh, back to this chart here. Again, as you can see, man, this would have been a good time to buy. And it was on that pivot point there. Actually, you know what? There should have been some trading halts in there somehow, I would assume. So within 1 hour, it went from 32 and some change. Yeah, they're almost $33. And it dropped all the way down to $21. Yeah, that's really weird. There was no trading halts there. Wonder why that is. That's kind of silly. Oh, anyhow, so here we are this morning. We're sitting at 27.76. So, I mean, that's good. It's coming up a little bit from the previous close. Where was the previous close at? There we are. Yeah, so from the previous close, I mean, it's climbed up a little bit. Nothing to get too excited about, and nothing really here saying that I want to jump into this just yet. If you're planning on trading this today, on the 1 hour, as you can see, it is overbought. So definitely not time to jump in yet. We want to see that RSI come down to an oversold position, an oversold condition, and then I think we'll jump in there maybe. AMC, obviously, it moves up and down pretty good, so that's why I say it's a good trade. Yeah, buy up at like 1,000 shares, and then wait for it to run up a dollar or two, and become in a like an overbought position, or overbought position concession. Now I'm just making up words. Anyhow, so yeah, wait until it hits a condition where it is overbought and then sell out. And there's a quick, easy few $1,000s. Take that few $1,000s and reinvest back into it, if that's what you want to do. Or go find the next trade. Definitely don't get caught up in this, and do your research, do your DD. And that's all I got on it for today. I might take a look at it maybe this afternoon, maybe around 11 o'clock or so. Things seem to pick up a little bit, usually in that time frame. And I don't know, we'll just see where it's at. And maybe we'll do this again tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.